Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome. Happy Friday. Geez, Louise, I am hot. I was cold. Then I had to change clothes because I got hot. And oh my goodness, I'm kind of okay. I'm like kind of in the middle here. But I was, yeah, having a hot flash, having a hot flash. And I don't think it's just having a hot flash. So I looked at my thermometer and it was 76 degrees in the house. So I turned on the air conditioner. Hopefully it's gonna cool me down because I had on a jacket and everything. It's just unbelievable. But it's Friday. Just got paid, which I didn't. It's Friday night. Did I? The party's jumping and I'm feeling fine. I did not get paid, but I'm still singing the song because somebody out there did. It is Friday. Let's see who is in the chat. Who is in the chat? We have Simply Taisha. She came in here earlier. She says, Happy Friday, Divalicious fam. Marching band season is upon us, so I'll be at a football game tonight. I just wanted to drop in and say hello while I had a free moment. Okay, very good. Thank you, Taisha. Good luck to the team, whatever team you're rooting for. Good luck. Mel says, D to the male to the B. She says, hi, Dee, and hi, Taisha. Looking forward to an eventful evening. I'm going to go back to this because I told Taisha she's a band mom. You know how they have soccer moms? She's a band mom. I love that. All right, divas and gents, happy Friday. Okay. Bellflower, my twin. She says, happy birthday, my Ty, Mel B, Shay, and the Diva chat. Hey, Jamie, how are you? Sharon, how are you? From California. I wonder what the weather is like there. Jazz, how are you? She says, good evening, everyone. And then we have Mayor Mindy is in the house. Mayor Mindy, you were dropping some gems in my comment section. Jeez, Louise. Mindy was coming in there, coming in hot. I love it. I love it. Dropping some gems. Let's see. Mindy says, oh, wait. Mindy said, I saw Mindy had a comment. People are saying, hello. Looking sparkly fabulous. Thank you. Yeah, I tried to throw on something. I'm like, what can I wear really quick? At first I was going to wear something scantily clad for the topic tonight. And then I had a little jacket, but I got so warm in that jacket. Jeez Louise. Z, how are you? And then we have Linda's Journey. She says, hi, Dee and family. We have Brenda Marlene. I love that. Brenda Marlene. She says, hi, Dee. And everyone, she's also saying hello to, who else do we have? Simply Tommy Bites Life. How are you? She says, just stopping in and say hello. Can't stay long. You are looking beautiful as usual. Thank you. I feel smart too with my little glasses on. So I appreciate that. Okay, so this is tonight's topic. I don't know if you guys have been watching that reality TV show, The King's Court, but I have been watching it. And sometimes I might skip a Sunday, but I go back and I catch the replay. So let me know in the comments, have you watched that show, King's Court? And if you looked at my thumbnail, and I didn't repeat the thumbnail because I don't even know if I should be showing this thumbnail. But I didn't put it in here. But if you go back and take a quick peek at the thumbnail, it is a reality dating show, and they have some fine gentlemen on there. I must say. So I know one of them is Tyson Beckford. It's Beckford, Beckford. Well, let me see if you guys you said your mom always said, geez, Louise. Oh my goodness. I used to have another saying before this. And everybody started to say it, so I changed it up, right? And so now I'm saying this, so this will catch on. Not you guys, but I'm talking about at school. So I used to say a saying all the time, and then people started to say it, so then I changed it up. And so anyway, it's just funny. It's another way for me not to use profanity, not that I want to or anything, but I just don't want to slip and say something. So I started saying like a saying. And that's how it stuck. Okay, so what are you guys saying in the chat? People are saying hello. This is a fun topic I just happened upon the show, but it's fun and messy. Yes, it has got messy. Like there was a scandal on there about you watch. Okay, good. No, you remember watching Queen's Court. Well, they had two Queen's Court, and then this is, I guess they decided we're going to get some men up in here. So now this is the first installment of the Men King's Court, and it's on Bravo. And I love all things Bravo because I love those housewives. I watch all the housewives, housewives of Atlanta, housewives of Miami, housewives of what is it called? Salt Lake City, Housewives of New York. Even though that one they did a change, and I don't love that one since they changed to the newer people. I like the older people better. Not older, but you know what I'm saying. The original cast and you know, people that were on that. So I love all that. So Bravo. You know, they don't always get it 100% correct, but it's just entertainment. It just kind of like takes you away from what you got going on. Mel says, no. She says, yeah, yes, I'm sorry. Watched all episodes thus far. Me too. So I think they are going to pick which ladies they choose. So I wanted to talk about it before they pick the ladies so we could see if we could figure out who they might even choose. You have not been watching. I think it's good TV. I used to say it, but my kids looked at me weird. Okay. Sid, she said she stopped by for a possibility for eye candy. Okay. Yes, I love those. Those guys are nice looking guys. So I just in case people didn't show the thumbnail, maybe I could squeeze it in here. You said, okay, we're happy you're here. Yes, we are. Yes, I wish the phone had the same function to reply to people. Okay, all right. So it's raining men, you say. I've never heard a King or Queen's Court show. Yes, it's on Bravo. Do you watch Bravo at all? I haven't heard of the show. You have not. Okay. And you know, when I search this, thank you, ladies, sending cyber hugs. Greetings. Your greetings always make me smile. Yes. We're glad you're here, Brenda. We love it. Okay. So when I searched it, that the King's Court had I want to say it had like 30 something thousand searches that people have been looking up this show. So somebody's watching. I'd be curious to know what their viewership is like, what the viewership is like. But anyway, one thing I did notice, I will say, is that happy Friday, everyone. Hey, N to the V to the P. And JC says, I have a feeling they will all pick the type they normally do. LOL. Well, so far they've gotten down to the nitty gritty, and it is like the usual types that you would think. So, Joe, she says, hey, Dee and Divalicious Spam. Joe, I got to send you that link too. Oh, geez, Louise, I got to write myself a note because I will go to bed tonight and forget it. Did I see Cookie come in here? Hey, Joe, send Joe the link. Okay, I'm going to write this down. You know, sometimes I have sticky notes. Like when I remember Mia was in here telling me about her birthday, and I know she said September 7th. Something was the 7th, something was the 11th. But I wrote it on a sticky note, and then I don't know what happened to that sticky note. So I wrote this in my binder so I won't lose it because it'll be, I have to throw the whole binder out, right? To lose this. So okay, so Cookie, she says, hey, everyone, I've heard of those. I've never heard of those shows either. Okay, really? So let me see if I have the picture of the King's Court. And I added the ladies to this picture. I just crack myself up. So I'm gonna download this picture so you guys can get a hold of this eye candy. I just think these guys are so handsome. But then just like all of these guys, you know, they all have issues as we all do, right? And the issues just kind of dampen things for me as you're seeing it play out. So, but I'm going to download this picture and I crack myself up. I'm sorry. I put this girl in here, this like curvy girl that's half naked and she's in her undies. I put her in here because she has curves. Now, you know, I didn't want to put too many in here. So let me see. I'm gonna put this in here and I'm gonna show you guys the picture. Some of you already seen it, know how it looks. If you watch it, you already know. But for the ones that don't, we're gonna give you some context. Okay, so because I don't know if you can click out of here and go on there. So I don't even sure if you could do that. All right, so let me bring up the picture of these men. And I'm going to tell you about each one. And then we'll have our discussion. All right, so here we go. All right, so the man and the lady on here is Rodney Pete and Holly Robinson Pete, right? So they're the host and the hostess, and they've been married for I think 30 years. I think they've been married for 30 years. And so they're the host and the hostess. I call them the host and the hostess with the mostest. And Holly is in her 50s. She's deep in her 50s, and she looks darn good. You should see her stepping out every time. Let me take Cookie off. Cookie's I never heard of these shows. So so that's the host and the hostess. So this guy right here, I don't know, can you guys see my arrow pointing? That guy with like the what do you call that? The beard. This guy, I think he is so handsome. This guy is a former NBA player. So I'm gonna read his little stats. And I think this plays into why we didn't see so many curvy girls. And I'm going to show you some pictures of some of the girls. I don't have a picture. I couldn't find a picture of all of them. But so that's Carlos. His name is Carlos Boozer. He's a dad of 4. He's been married twice. And so obviously he's on this show, so he's not married. I think he also married his first wife. Either he married his first or second wife twice. He had a career in the NBA. And he just wants to find love, right? He wants to find love. He's a dad of 4, and he's ready to settle down. And he's talked about on the show, like how a couple of his, his marriage with his kids' moms didn't work because he was in the cheating stage. So he says he's out of the cheating stage. But ironically enough, the lady he's into is very insecure. And so I don't know. She says it herself. I'm not calling her that. But she says it herself. Beautiful lady, but she's just insecure because she's been cheated on a lot. And so she just thinks because he's handsome and he's a former NBA player that women will be throwing themselves at him. And I don't know. I don't see that relationship lasting. I'm sorry if you guys are out there working it out. I just think that she has to become more secure in who she is, and it might have stand a chance, but I don't know. This has been so soon. He asked her to be his girlfriend on the show. So that's him. So the next one is Tyson, and they got him in the middle. This guy is, I want to say he might be older than me. He might be 55, and look how good he looks. I don't know if you could get a good whiff of him, but he is just fine up, down, and all around. He just has a nice body. The face is facing. But he's very Tyson, I'm sorry. He's very immature in his thinking. I feel like he has not totally matured yet. He's one of those guys. He did this on the show, which I've never seen this before. All the women was all up on him. But on the show, he ended up taking a list and making a schedule, and the girls pencil in when they're going to go on a date with him. I'm like, what in the world? I just cannot see myself doing that. Tyson is also a pretty good actor. He starred in some couple of good movies I've seen him in. So he's a pretty good actor. I'm surprised he's still not acting. I have my theories about that, but I'm not going to say it. But to be with Tyson, he's pretty demanding. Like, one of the things he requires, would you guys be willing to do this? One of the things he required of the ladies early on was that they jump out of a plane with him if they were going to have a chance with him at all, because he drives a motorcycle, and he said he's a big risk taker. So would you be willing to do that? Are you going to jump out of the plane for the guy? Who's going to do that? But Tyson also has kids. He's a single dad. He's never been married. He's been linked publicly to high profile women. Somebody talked about Miss Naomi Campbell. I remember that. But he's known to date around in the, celebrity sphere there. And he's just known for his modeling. He's called like a modeling icon, which you could kind of see. And he is very immature, JC. He's very he wants to be chased. Like, he's one of those men that he's the prize, and he wants you to chase him, and he wants you to recognize that he is the prize. And geez, oh man, I could not make it with anybody like that, model icon or not. I'm not even like that. So why would I put up with a man being like that? Geez, Louise. All right. So Brenda says she hardly watches TV. Okay, okay, all right, all right. So yeah, a lot of people say they watch YouTube. They don't even really watch TV anymore. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. MVP is saying hello. When I saw the thumbnail, I cracked up. I'm not like Phaedra Oak looking like it. Oh, you talking about Phaedra from the Real Housewives? Is that what you're talking about? I love when Dee Dee gets tickled with herself. Yeah, I do too. I tickle my own self. Dee Dee, your laughter is contagious. Cookie, I've never heard of them either. That's so funny. I'm running late again, just got home, but ready to hear what the show is all about. I don't watch dating shows though. I know, I get turned off of the dating shows because I never see anybody that's like my size. I've loved Holly since, yeah, she was on 21 Jump Street. That's where she got her big break. Remember her? Did you guys remember 21 Jump Street? That was my show. Yes, she does. Yeah, she wears those dresses. She looks good for her, not even for her age. She just looks like a good-looking woman. Let's hope he's hanging out, or he's out of the cheating stage. I don't think he is. I don't think he is. You got to trust your man or let him go. I love that. Now cheating is a stage. Boy, bye. Well, now he's cheating all up in their faces. He's just doing him. Tyson is a fine mess. He does look good. You got to give it to him. I remember Tyson modeling back in the 90s with Miss Naomi Campbell. Yes, yes, yes. Um, JC, he's very immature and was wrong for one girl he sent home because of her dating history. That's not on her. He has his own past. Yeah, but you know what, JC? Do you know who R. Kelly is? Dare we say R. Kelly? Am I allowed to say that on YouTube? I got to take the screen off for this. Now, R. Kelly, it would be hard to date behind R. Kelly if I were a guy. Have you guys ever had that? One of the things I'm telling you, it was this guy I used to, that, you remember the guy I told you that would like, well, I don't want to say because then people are going to know who know me if they come across this, who the lady is. So I won't say. But I'm telling you, he had a not a long distance, a long-term relationship with somebody who was known to be out in these United States streets. Like she gets around. And so he, was just like, just into this lady for so long and, whatever, whatever. Of course, she was doing all kind of stuff behind his back. So when he's tried to date me and was interested in dating me, I could not get out of my mind that he dated her. And all I could think about was all the people. Now, mind you, I'm not no innocent, thing where I haven't dated people, but I haven't dated that many people. So I just saw I could not go behind this lady. I was like, oh no, oh no, no, no. So you haven't had that. And I could just see him, him thinking, like, what did you have to do to date R. Kelly? This girl, she didn't just date like any Tom, Dick, or Harry, shall I say? She dated R. Kelly. Like I just would not want to go behind R. Kelly if I were a male. And I definitely, because I can relate. I don't know. She probably, wasn't on R. Kelly status, but this girl was known to get around. She was like, they call, what they call women like a pass around. And so yeah, I did not want to date behind her at all. I'm so sorry to say that. And I don't just mean your regular like dating guys and date. I mean like she was just known to be doing some things, right? Doing some things. So I can relate to that. So I say, JC, I have to disagree with you on that. I would have had to give her the boot. Now the way he acted is almost like him and R. Kelly were like friends, or he had like a more personal connection. So I just thought something was up with that though, because I thought he called her. He said she was his front runner. He had feelings for her. And then when she said she dated R. Kelly, he was like, and he got angry. And Tyson really, here recently he's been getting angry, but he's kind of fun loving. Like, he just got mad about that. So I think it must be a Hollywood thing that you don't date behind certain people. And that's what triggered that. But I can relate on my little Ohio, small town situation. Jeez, Louise. So certain people I am not dating behind. No, ma'am. No, sir. No, thank you. Uh, I might jump, but not for him. Yeah, Tyson. He's got some nerve, Calamity Jane. No, but it was the girl. I'm telling you, I can relate to him on that. Sounds like Tyson has no love left for anyone else. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there, you don't have people that you would not date behind? Let's talk about that. Would you? If you know such and such dated, what if you knew, and I don't want to say a PORN star. I can't, I mean, I guess that would be a thing. How do you know? Now, if I don't know, because somebody might say he could have dated one and you don't know. Well, what you don't know probably won't hurt you, or maybe it will down the road. But I'm just saying, I don't want to date somebody that I know is out there like that. Certain people, like this was a griminess to it that I just can't explain. It's not like, oh, she slept with somebody. No, this is a thing. So I think certain people, I don't see myself going behind like that. He's a male prima donna for sure. Now, I think he handled the girl wrong. I don't even think he said a word to her after that. He really handled her wrong. You would jump out of a plane, but not for a man, for the experience. Okay, so you got a chance with Tyson Beckford, because that's what he was telling folks. He's edgy and sweet, even though he's Hollywood. He still got hood attachment. Yeah, he does. Harper, me. You said I watch TV, but not reality TV. Okay, you got to check this out. You could always catch the replays. There's a fella on YouTube with a channel called, I don't know, Titus Take. I like him telling us how much, about all the crazy dating shows. Okay. I never heard of that. I never missed an episode. You love 21 Jump Street. So you might like this because Holly is up in there. She's a hostess with the mostest, but she does her thing. Oh, I know who he is, but she may not have known. No, she did. She dated him around the time all this stuff was happening. That's another thing. She used to be on Shards of Sunset. I don't know if you know what that is, but that's kind of like a Housewives of it's kind of like a Housewives, but it was Persian. People that were Persian, and so they had all these beautiful, gorgeous people on there. She came on there and she talked about how her dating life was struggling because she dated R. Kelly. She dated him for a long time, and they say most of those women, even his wife, knew stuff. Allegedly. So allegedly they say those women knew kind of, I'm not going to say they knew to what degree, but they knew what he was kind of doing. Like they knew he was doing some things and having them do some things, right? So allegedly. So I will say she dated him for too long to say that. Like if she, they were like, she was supposed to be serious with him. So yeah, so I don't know, but it's a thing. So she's like, she has a stain on her, allegedly, from the Hollywood folks. Okay, all right. The one single thing Tyson has done right, he let that R. Kelly ex go. Yeah, I'm telling you, I would have let her go too. I'm sorry. I just think he didn't treat her right though. I think he behaved like a child. He could have could have. Wait, are you saying Fayel? What are you saying? He could have something. I don't know. Am I reading this wrong? Oh, talk to her. Okay. Yeah, he just was disrespectful the way he let her go. And then he's kissing girl to girl, it's like, geez Louise, they're not worried about germ spread, and I guess not. JC agreed he could have handled it better. Yeah, that was the thing. He didn't handle it right. Because Tyson has had some strange, so he shouldn't. Well, he probably has been into some things too. You're right, but he must not have been into some things like that. Tyson was at some of the same parties as Diddy. That's like dating behind anyone who. No. Now, would you want to after you heard all what goes down? No. And I don't, sometimes people think they're special, like, oh, it happened to them. It's not going to happen to me. I just have learned in my 52 years, when people have a pattern of doing things, most of the time you're not special. It's just a matter of time. I always say that to people, and so far I have not been wrong. Right, because if somebody mistreats other folks, it's just a matter of time before they do it to you. So yeah, it's just, that's how life just works out. It just sounds nasty. 1,000 girlfriends, yuck. Doesn't it? Yeah, it's like, I look at it like this. We don't know who we are dating behind, but when you know exactly. That's what I say. If I don't know, I don't know. But when I say you might find out down the road, Yeah, what are you gonna do? But if I know, I can make a decision. Yeah, Shaws of Sunset. I used to love Shaws of Sunset. Sorry, I only watched for and Peter DeLucy. Oh, okay, okay, all right, all right. But she was like one of the three. It was three of them. It was a detective, and no, it was three of them and a detective head, like the head of the detectives or something. She was in that group of men. It was two guys and her. I remember. That sounds like kind of kinky, doesn't it? Two guys and her. Yeah, I remember her from. Yeah, this she was on the last season. Is that what brought it all down? It was that and like domestic violence stuff going on. We all knew and still brought his music. Oh, we're gonna get into the R. Kelly of it all. Happy Friday, says Anissa. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I lay off Tyson because there are other fun things happening. Yeah, okay. You went to college with Diddy at Howard University. He's always been sketchy, always. Oh my goodness. Can't stop, won't stop. Was he male? Was he can't stop, won't stop in college? I can't stop, won't stop. I can't stop, won't stop. Was he telling the girls they can't stop, won't stop? Was he having showers at the college? Jeez, Louise. Tyson does have a blank blank personality. People wouldn't expect him to gloat about it. Yes, yeah, he disappointed me when I'm getting to know him on the show because I thought he was so sweet. What is it? Oprah used to say, when you know better, you do better. Yes, and she got that from the great Maya Angelou. Depp was on that. Yes, Johnny Depp. He has come a long way, hasn't he? Jeez, Louise, you knew that was coming. There's no man who looks beautiful enough to have a shocking personality. It's a massive turnoff. I know. I know. Okay. All right, Brenda, are you coming in with the Miss Brenda? Let me check it up again. So Peter DeLewis, DeLewis, Del Lewis, Dale Lewis. Is that it? I don't know. Hey, Peter. I hope he's still around, Peter. Jeez, Louise. Okay. He was at the New York. I thought you, no, I thought you, this was said New York panties. Did you mean parties doing the kid and play dance, not kidding? Yeah, I can see him doing that. Remember, he used to have that flat top. I can see P. Diddy doing all that, or, Diddy, whatever his name. Diddy do it? Diddy, P. Diddy. Okay, so, okay, back to, so we got Tyson Bedford. He's in the middle. This is the model doing all the things. I'm going to call him Peter D. How about that? Okay, so then this is a new guy to me, but his name is Thaddeus. And what is he? They call him Titus O'Neil. I guess that's what he's known for in the wrestling world. And he has children. They're older, college age. He was previously married and divorced. He's focusing on finding a partner for his next phase of life. And when I tell you, he is he's a hard one. Like at first I thought he was like, one of the things he talked about was that his mom had him when she was a very young age. Like when I say young age, I mean before teens, right? Was super, super duper, duper, duper young. And he talked about how that strained his relationship. So as a result of that, and this is all allegedly, just in case I'm getting the story wrong, but I've been watching. And he said that one of the things that made him go in the direction he wants an educated, smart, bright woman that can just be in control of her life and help him with his, basically is what he's saying. And so they've been matching him up with like some doctors, mostly some doctors, right? I think one of them is what do you call that, a physical therapist. The other one, I want to say she might be a psychologist. So he's had some smart women in there, but I don't think he wants a smart woman. Sometimes I think two alpha folks personalities don't mix, and so I think he's going to have a hard time finding a match for himself. I really do. But and then he's like, he's, he was, I thought he was the most together one out of the group. And then here recently, a pediatrician. Okay. Oh, I love a good pediatrician. So, so here recently, he went off on this one lady, and I think that lady she realized he was not for her. He went off, and I think he overreacted to a situation. And I thought, wow, if this is what a preview is like to come when he disagrees with you, and I mean, honestly, to him it might have been a big deal, but it really, really wasn't. I mean, geez, oh man, I said, goodness gracious, what would they argue about if they were really having a serious disagreement, and how would he approach her? So that lady ended up being sent home. But so that is Thaddeus, and I think he has a nice body. But one thing I noticed about him is whoever ends up with him will allegedly be probably taking care of him, because he's a wrestler, and you could just see, even though he has abs, he has biceps, he's built, he walks like he is struggling. He walks like those older basketball players, like Shaq and Charles Barkley, who their knees have just not been good to them over time. Charles might be feeling better though, because he's taking Manjaro. So Charles may be feeling a little bit better. But so yeah, so I just thought, like, wow, so yeah, so these guys, I'm just a little disappointed, but it's like, what are you going to do? But this is the reason why so I just wanted to introduce you to these guys. So this is the reason why I wanted to talk about this, because once again, another dating show that's not specifically called Let's Date the Big Girls, Let's Date the Girls with Curves, Curves and Me, Finding Love with Curves, or whatever they call it, when they have the dating show specifically for that cater to bigger women and bigger men. Like just a regular dating shows, like, why don't they have people that represent plus size? Why do you guys think that is? And let's just be honest. What is the reason you think it is? You said, oh, Brenda, you're laughing at me. Deloise. Deloise. Is it Deloise? Jeez, Louise. Deloise. Daddy is from, see, I stopped watching it, so I wasn't introduced to him. But he's good eye candy still. Yeah. And just as he starts walking and limping, I'm like, somebody's going to be taking care of him when he gets older, which is fine. But, it just cracks me up. When you have such a high standard, I think you got to be able to match that energy, right? You can't say you want a girl. Well, you can, but some people want like all the X's crossed off or the checks checked off, and then they're not checking you're not checking boxes yourself. So I just think like he wants somebody to be so fit and ready to get up and go, and he's not necessarily sprinting like that. He's going to be rubbing that icy hot on himself. He's gonna have somebody rubbing him down. He's probably gonna end up with a younger lady. He said he wants an older, sophisticated lady, but I can see him with an older lady. I mean, a younger girl who he could, kind of be in control of her. And I can see somebody who doesn't have as much money as him, where he could use the money to his advantage. You know what I'm saying? Like she's gonna be doing some things because she's gonna be taken care of. That's just my 2 cents. I could be wrong. Allegedly, I'm not saying he's saying that, but that's who I see him with. Actually, that's who I see them all with. He wants a caregiver. Yes. Yep. And those ladies are older, though. I don't know if they'll be willing to do that, though. Especially the pediatrician, the people who have careers and stuff. Unless they're ready to hang it up and retire, I just don't see it for them with him. So oh, I got it. Okay. See, I didn't even need the phonics. Okay, so what are you saying? So because the man wouldn't select them, there was a heavier set girl, but they said her personality didn't mesh. Yeah, but she was, now what they showed of her, she was a little awkward. The girl with the nice fro and curls, she was a bigger girl, but she still wasn't plus size to me. I mean, she was a thicker, but she wasn't like overly plus size, but she was like the one that, and let me see if in my picture she's in here. I don't even think she made this photo. So here are some of the women. And I'm going to go read why you think that they don't cast these plus size women. I mean, at all. It's like, geez, Louise. So look at these women, flat bellies, looking good. Now this is the one that dated R. Kelly. Her right here. Oops, that's the Bachelorette. Okay, wait, let me go back. That's the one that dated R. Kelly, that with the colorful dress on. And then we're gonna talk about The Bachelor because they're another one. Okay. All right, so that girl, she dated R. Kelly. This one in the blue is the front runner for the NBA player. She is beautiful. It's hard to see her right here. This is another one that Tyson liked. That he's kind of kicking her to the curb now. This is the physical therapist, or is this is the physical therapist male in the pink dress. Now she looks like she is a bodybuilder. I mean, she has muscles and abs and arms and legs for days. Look at that. Look how muscular she is. Now this girl, I would not consider her JC. That's her. Let me I don't know if I could blow this up. That girl in the orange right there, that's the one that they consider plus size. She does not look plus size. She's thicker than some like this one, but she's not that big. Like, okay, she's not walking around in a two-piece, but she probably could. So she is bigger, but everything about her is bigger. She's bigger, she's taller, the hair is big. But I don't consider her in the that orange to be a big lady. I just think she's I wouldn't consider, she's probably plus size. Maybe do you think she wears a size 12? I don't think she wears a size 12. To be a plus size, you got to be a size 12. I don't think she's wearing a 12. But if she is, then technically she's plus size. But I would say probably not. But the ones Tyson are going for, they got this kind of features kind of alike. They got that slim frame, boobs and behind. And so I don't know if that's theirs or they bought it. But if they bought it, it's theirs. But yeah, so they kind of all have that same kind of look. But no plus size. No plus size. I would imagine they would want someone with a little meat on their bones. The show would cater to that. So yeah, so that's a good point, because I thought, well, maybe they requested, they probably gave the producers an idea of what they were looking for, and I bet you none of them said plus size. Yeah, that is the same girl. I think it is, but you don't think so? Same with the women looking for love. They poll them. I think they throw in people sometimes that doesn't fit the preference just for TV. Yeah, I think so too. Because I think that's probably what happened. I don't think they might be saying curvy and voluptuous, though. Maybe they are saying that. But I don't know. Because they want eye candy trophies, prejudice a lot of men like thin women. True. The show wouldn't get good comments. Okay. All right. You don't think so? Thin is seen as beauty, health, and success. Oh man. And Mel is saying, true, Nicole. Is that the same girl? I think so, JC. Big is over a size 6. Says who? That is not big to me. But is it big in the eyes of other people? I don't know. Yes, for sure she does. She looks beautiful. Okay, yeah. Anyone over a size 8 is seen as large these days. Yeah, but I mean, I think the definition of plus size is 12, right? I agree with Sam. Most of the contestants go on the UK reality TV shows, go to Turkey first to get their surgeries. Jeez Louise. Hollywood, anyone over a size 4 is too big. Yeah, and so I think, and she's the most covered up too, the bigger girl. If you think about it, look at her. That's supposed to be the bigger girl, but I'm pretty sure that's her. I think she just has her hair, just different. It's not as short. I think she added some length to it. But she's beautiful. I think they all are nice looking. Okay, so that's the Ready to Love. Now, this is not all is this 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, this is 10 of them. They put some other girls in there to kind of stir things up. Like they call them wild cards, and they all kind of look like this too. I could just take their heads off and put them on a different body. You said, now you know you need to go to Turkey, huh, Sam? That is too funny. Okay, so this is The Bachelor. And I guess years ago, I don't know if you know, has anybody watched The Bachelor? So we know The Bachelor. And this is a picture of one of the bachelors on. Oh, these girls also look like they could be like beauty contestants. They're all slim and trim. And there was an outcry a couple years ago about The Bachelor not having plus size women, as contestants on their, on the show. And so I think they said they look for diversity, they look for diversity of the body, not just diversity of, your skin color and your culture. And they look for diversity of all things. And those people, I guess, just never made the cut. So that was a big to do for The Bachelor years ago. So I don't know what they ever decided to do about that. But they said the fans were asking, where are the plus size women at? Now, I'm going to tell you, they said, I'm going to say what their argument was. Let's see. They said, I think Brenda hit on this, that people, they didn't think people would be watching. So I'm going to tell you what they said. They said a lot of this revolves around the lead person and who they want to date. We don't want to say we're going to put somebody in that's more curvy if that's not who they're going to date. And that makes sense. So the reason why these shows don't have, just so you know, the reason why these shows don't have plus size women, because they're asking the guy what your preference is, and they're saying this is what they're looking for. And I agree with Bellflower. They're throwing in the plus size women just to kind of just throw the game off and see where they go. So that leads me to this one lady. She was on this show called Ready to Love. It's a dating show called Ready to Love. And look at this lady. Now, this was their version of plus size, her. It's a beautiful girl. Yeah, she's, heavy at the top, busty. But she's plus size, but I mean, she's not slim and trim, but I don't think she's fat or overweight either. Like, what do you guys think? I think she's beautiful. Look at that smile. Cookie! She has what I'm trying to get, your dimples. Look at her. I love it. Okay, all right, very good. So what do you guys think about her? Would you consider her plus size? You never watched The Bachelor either? I used to love The Bachelor. And then I think they started just playing it up for TV. And then also when people don't actually stay together or, and they don't last up until even the reunion, it's like, should I be watching this? Hollywood, they don't want real women. Well, the men don't either, because they say they're going off the men. None of these women are heavy. They're all gorgeous. That's what I said. They're not really heavy, but this is what they consider curvy. And she is curvy. I just don't think she's that overweight where you would be like, oh my gosh, we can't cast more people that look like her even. They all look like Barbie doll wannabes. Yeah. Mel says, Brenda, agreed. Gorgeous too. I've never watched The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. I just don't see how you can find true love like that, but that's just me. Yeah, I used to love it, but I'm not judging. What's up with the girl in her lab coat? I said that too. I was thinking, what is she wearing? Maybe she's trying to appeal to, maybe he's in the medical field. It seems like one of these women is a Dr. Barbie. Where's her book? Dr. Barbie. They're the curves I'm hoping to get that you get back. Okay, Joe. Yeah, Joe. Now remember, I don't know if you guys remember when I interviewed Joe. Dag, I should pull your photo up because you had that gorgeous photo. So when I interviewed Joe, she had a picture of herself with this chef hat and she was cooking, and you had all the dips and curves, and I mean, it was just all there. So I think you're going to get that back. I really do. I think you're going to get that back. And you kind of looked like your shape was kind of like that lady. Your shape was like this. Don't you think so, Joe? Wait, we got the eye candy back. Wait a minute, eye candy. Move on over. It won't let me log out of this eye candy. Okay. I think your shape was kind of like that. You might have been in a little bit more in the waist too. Yeah, I think she's plus size. Okay, yeah, she's plus size, gorgeous, but plus size, beautiful and curvy. Yes, nothing wrong, but with being plus size. Well, it can't be. It doesn't have a choice but not to be because I'm plus size. Yes, I remember her. She is plus size, especially by the standard. Yes. I think she's overweight and gorgeous. Yes, she's plus size. She just because someone isn't big doesn't mean that if someone is big doesn't mean they're an attractive for sure. She's absolutely beautiful. She is. Are any of these men no, the Bachelorette heavier? No, I don't think so. But I do notice that some of the men aren't as put together as these women are. I have noticed that. I never go to into the Bachelor shows, but I do like Love is Blind, though the most recent seasons are awful. The international ones are fun. I've never gotten into the Love is Blind, but people love it. Barbie has many careers. Yes, exactly. I was up all at the front and out at the back. Yes, it was. I loved it. She's a little thick. Thick can be good. Yes, yes, yes. Mindy, good question. She's definitely now. She's a size 12. I could see her. She's plus size, overweight, plus size, whatever you want to call her, but beautiful. And you know, she has it all tucked in though. You can still see she has that hourglass about to come in there. Bam. So I love that for her. I don't think any bachelor guys are all that attractive, but I like the Vigo. I'm not even going to try this. Mortison's and Joe. I don't know who he is. Burenthal of the world. I don't know who any of those people are. Okay, that the name sounds interesting. Now I have a new goal. First it was Wonderland. Now I'm a size 12 and still plus size. Oh my goodness. That's my first, if I could get to a size and just live in it for a minute, it would be a 12, like 12 and then 8. Yeah. 12 is like, I just think 12, you got curves, you got this, you got that. But if this girl is a size 12 and we can see she's clearly, she could slim down, even though she looks gorgeous, she doesn't have to. But, if we're trying to get out of that overweight range, so if I'm a 12, I'm gonna still be overweight. So I got to keep it moving. I got to keep going down, down, and down. Um, who is a weirdo? No weirdos. Ramon of Zetbaum. How are you? How are you? Ramon of Zetbaum. So Ramon of Zetbaum, you're married. So I don't want to ask you this, but if I don't know if you could pretend like you weren't married. Um, would you go on a dating show and if you said you requested a woman to be a certain way, like, I like curves and this and that, whatever. And would you be offended if they didn't put plus size women on there, or would you just be like, oh, okay, or would you demand that they put some curves on there? Like, what do you think? That's a hard question, right? Because you're a guy rolling up in here. But what do you think? Because we're talking about dating shows that don't have plus size people on there. Like, I don't think the women bachelorette shows had overweight men. And we just learned and I don't think I just learned. I knew for sure that these guys came in here and said, hey, these are the women we are interested in looking at and being around and wanting to, have access to and make it happen. So, yeah. Round out and say hello, hello. All right, so let me ask you guys some questions. So, have you ever seen a reality show that had somebody look like you, whatever you look like now? Yes or no? So, have you ever seen a dating reality show or a dating show that had people that looked like you? And I'm gonna say yes, I have. That Ready to Love is one. He said you're trying to get me a joke. You could plead the fifth on that one, Charles. Charles, this is so funny. I saw your video today, like the thumbnail. I said, all right, Charles, I got to go back and comment. I said, all right. He's getting that Lester Holt going. I love it. Okay, so have you guys ever seen anybody who looks like you on these dating shows? Any your size? It could be The Bachelor. It could be Ready to Love. It could be the Pop the Balloon, whatever those dating shows are. And I have, because I think on Ready to Love, they've had some plus size, beautiful women on there. I only could find the picture of that one, but I remember some other ones being on there. And actually the guys was into them, they were into the curves and until they weren't, until they weren't, but they weren't immediately getting rid of those women. Now this is Ready to Love. I've never seen that on The Bachelor and this King's Court, those women are pretty much fit on there. Let's say you said Ready to Love. Yeah, I think so too. Brenda says, no, I think it's okay for men to have a preference, just like for women to have a preference. I agree too, because I have one. Nope, no chubby freckle faced ladies on those shows. Oh, Mindy. Oh man, she says, Mindy, stop. I think a variety is nice. You never know who you may connect with. You may have an idea of what you like, but maybe missing out on something. I agree. I agree. I absolutely agree. You're not chubby though, Mindy. Well, she's talking about her old self. See, Mindy, you got to bring it back to the new Mindy, Mayor Mindy. I have seen women I wish I looked like, but they were always thin. Aw. That makes me kind of sad. So you never saw a plus size woman that you thought like, oh, I wouldn't mind looking like her. Because I'll be honest, like this lady, I wouldn't mind looking like her. I think she has some nice curves. Her stomach is flatter than mine. Like I'm around the corner from being neck and neck with this lady. My stomach is just bigger. I don't know what she has going on in the thigh area. She might be a little slimmer there too. But yeah, that's where I really get in trouble is with the belly. So yeah, so you've never seen anybody plus size that you wanted to look like. Now that makes me sad. Um, you saw they were always thin. Yeah. Mindy, YouTube tried to block your comment. Really? So Mindy says, Mel, I'm a size 12, 10. I'm on the verge. Okay. All right. All right. You look smaller than that. You look smaller than a 12, 10. No, I haven't watched too many of the shows. Some of the drama is obviously a put on. I lose patience and read a sexy book. Yeah, the drama is manufactured for the show for sure for some of these folks. Let's see. Are we defining plus size and curves as mutually exclusive? No. What do you guys think about that? Good question, Charles. So curves and plus size are not the same. I think we kind of use it like it's the same, but to me, curvy means you could be curvy and not overweight. Plus size means you're curvy and overweight. So that's my definition. What is your definition? Um, what is your definition? Cookie said, these men can be fine as wine, but they need to make me laugh. Sense of humor goes a long way with me. Me too, because I like a good laugh, Cookie. My husband still rocked with me when I became plus size, but he met me curvy, skinny. Okay, okay. I love that. I love that. Let's give him some confetti. Let's give him some confetti. Geez, Louise. Yes, yes, yes. All right. And now you back to your old high school days with the weight and stuff. So he's probably like, geez, oh man. He's come full circle. Yeah, Mel is saying that is what's up, Nicole. If you think a bachelor in those shows have a limited selection, Farmer Wants a Wife is literally the same human multiple. The farmer even wants a wife, huh? I love that. JC, yes, they all do look alike. Yeah, they kind of do, kind of cookie cutter. Same as me and my husband. Okay, very good. I've seen plus size women that are beautiful and very bubbly personalities that I wish I was like. I think I misunderstood the question. Sorry. No, that's okay. That's okay. And you know what? I think if your goal is to slim down, you are going to have somebody who's not overweight that maybe aspire to be like look like, or want the curves and stuff the way they have it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Um, yeah, I don't think so. And then we see so many, Brenda, we see so many, things in the media that make you think like being bigger just has no sex appeal. But actually, it's men that do prefer bigger women. It is. So we can't forget about that. There are men who like that. But I'm back to when we met. I'm not just 23, so the skinny curves ain't quite the same. But with the weight, you're working on it. I love that. She says her too. I keep trying to convince my sister to sign up for the Farmer Wants a Wife just to shake it up. Jeez, oh man, she has to go on there. Is she close to? What do you think? Do you think you could get her? Is she close to saying yes? What is up? I think you can be curvy slim. I think I have curves even at my size. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, that to me. So that's curvy. I don't even think you got to put a thin on it. To me, I just think curvy is you're not overweight and you have curves. I think plus size is you're overweight. You're plus size with curves. I don't think they're the same at all. But that's just my opinion. Curvy and plus size are different. You can be plus size with no curves. Yes, that's true too. I love the farmer's wife. I love the farmer wants a wife. I've never heard of that, seen it, nothing. What is it on? What network? JC, that would be so fun. Keep us posted. Yes, I would love to see somebody we knew that we could root for. And I don't even watch it, but I would start. Linda, it's a fun show. I just like watching them try to do farm chore. Oh gosh, I don't now I don't think I'd like that. My hubby likes chubby. Yeah, some men really do. The farmer wants a wife. The farmer wants a wife. Hi ho the dairy-o. The farmer wants a wife. The farmer wants a wife. At first I didn't get At first I didn't get it. I'm like, what? Okay, okay. Um, let's see. She said, Brenda's so sweet. Marilyn Monroe was a size 12. Yes, that's always my example. With modern vanity sizing, she'd be a 6'8". That's curvy on the verge. Yes, yes, yes. You said I need to catch King's Court. I don't know what happened. Yeah, here, you can look at the thumbnail here. I added this curvy girl. But these are the three guys. And you probably recognize some of these. You're a sports guy. This is what's his name? Boozer, Carlos Boozer. That is Tyson Bedford, and we got Thaddeus Bullard, known as Titus O'Neil. He's a wrestler. So you have to check it out. I think it's a great show. And these are the women he had to, they're choosing from, Charles. These are the women. She's a brick. Dun, 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 house. Dun, dun, dun. Look at that girl in the pink. She is a brick house. She looks like she's about to lift all these girls up with one hand. This lady over here in the yellow skirt, she is this the pediatrician male or not? Or she's the psychiatrist? I can't remember. I want to say she's the psychiatrist. Yeah, but look at these ladies. Very nice looking ladies. A nice looking bunch. It's interesting. I don't think any of them are gonna make it through to the end. I mean, and continue to be seeing each other. You said, okay. He's afraid I'll get too skinny and lose your boobs. I told him, too bad, no refill. Yeah, now when the spouse is used to you a certain size, I wonder how they really feel when you slim down or lose weight, like what goes on in their mind. Cleaning up after the animals is hilarious. See, I wouldn't like that. I don't like animals. I don't like farm. I don't like soil. I don't like dirt. I don't like any of that. I don't like outside. Charles, the final episode is this Sunday. So yeah, but he doesn't want to. He got to catch the build up to it because he's seen the first 4 episodes. Bellflower, I'll tell him all. You tell your husband that all the time. I love that. She's a physical therapist. Okay, she's the physical therapist. Oh, this is the one in the yellow is the physical therapist. So what does this one in the pink do? Is she the pediatrician? Round Miles says, hit that like button. 26 watching and only 13 likes. Oh, geez Louise, we gotta like the live. Hope you can watch. It's very entertaining as the season goes on. Yes, I believe that too. Do you guys think it would be more interesting if they did have plus size women on these shows? Do you think it'd be more interesting in any of these shows or no? She says, just as I know, as I crept up in my size, my curves became less and less noticeable. And remember thinking, girl, where are your curves? That was a reality check for me. I needed to seriously consider a change. Same thing with me. Same thing with me too. I, notice my curves, not that they're disappearing, that they disappear, but it just everything blended in, right? I didn't have like that. Remember I told you guys I'm trying to get that hourglass kind of shapely going. I've always kind of had that, but just in a bigger body. And so then when you don't get that and you're just straight up and down, it's like a disappointment. Geez, ways you kind of want to get that back. Question, do y'all think about the personal trainer story from last week's episode? I know it's Tyson again. I promise he's not next. Oh, you talking about the girl who, you talking about this girl right here in the cute outfit. That is a cute outfit. Are you talking about her? Is she a personal trainer? Is she a personal trainer? What does Jennifer do too? The one that both of them liked. That was the wild card that came a little bit later. What did she do? I didn't catch her. I didn't catch her. Okay, Mel. Mel says the pink is the physical therapist. Okay, and the yellow is the pediatrician. What does Jennifer do? She's back here. She's the one that all the guys, well, Thaddeus wasn't trying to get with her. But Carlos, she was Carlos's perfect match. What did she do? Um, I'm thankful your curves remain. Yeah, you were trying on this dress, Miss Linda, the other day, that yellow and white dress. It looked great. You had on a little crop top. It was so cute, so like it still looked very classy. I loved it. It was a very cute outfit on you. I was so much smaller when we got married. He's been with me thick and thin. I love that, right? To death do us part. That's what it is. I think they may need more diversity in casting, whether it's sizing, ethnicity, face, diverse abilities. Yes, I agree. No, because if it's not their preference, it can be very distasteful or a joke, and that's not cool for anyone. Yes, 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 that's true. Yeah, that's true. He's pretend phone call or meeting with that personal. Oh, okay, yes. And then remember the lady overheard and told, and he was upset about that. I think that was kind of rude because here you are on a dating show with all these ladies, and you're talking about meeting yet another lady that's not even on the show. I just thought that was kind of tacky. Sorry, Tyson. Tacky. Dare I say tacky Tyson? I think it would be nice to see a dating show that doesn't focus on size at all. They've had them, but they say people don't watch them. I'm going to show you this article because it tells. I hope I don't get disconnected. You know how this YouTube can be. Jeez, Louise. I'm going to see if I can share my screen. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you a picture of this show and see if you guys have watched this before. Now here is. That's The Bachelor. That's one of the Bachelor picks. Here's that picture I was showing you guys, The Bachelor. But they say there was a show called More to Love. It aired on Fox TV in 2009. Has anybody ever seen that? More to Love. And it was a bachelor that was overweight. And you can see his love interest. Some of them were, some of them wasn't. But it says part of the reason may be that Fox aired a dating show in 2009 called More to Love, in which a 300-pound bachelor dated a pool of plus-size women ranging from slightly overweight to very large. The show was not successful, but probably not the reason that they think it wasn't. Um, and then they said contestant after contestant confesses in the introductory moment that they don't like being big. They not only don't like being big, they hate that they have tried to be thin and failed. So they're saying the reason why this show did not work out is because the women weren't something we say all the time. You have to be confident. Did anybody see that show before? I've never seen that show. Oh, that is too funny. Jennifer from Miami is an architect. Okay, all right. Okay, I see you, Jennifer. I see you. Let's see. One pink. Her body type reminds me of Serena Williams. Yeah, she's very, very muscular. I have a question for everyone. Are you receptive to potential partners outside of your preference if their personality scream, "This is my soulmate"? I am. I think so. I say that now, but yeah, I think so, Joe. I think so. Love is Blind is supposed to do that. Sometimes you get variety. It just depends on the city or country. I got you, Dee Dee. Allegedly, Tacky Tyson. Allegedly, yes, Tacky Tyson. Tyson is a whole 54-year-old man. Oh my gosh, I'm just disappointed. I will say that. Love is Blind Brazil season 2 will have people of all sizes and older. Okay, I love that. Okay, you heard about the show? Okay, this show was way before me. Great question, Joe. Mel says she is. I bet it would be more successful if More Love aired today. Yes, More to Love aired today. That's a good point if they brought that back. I call BS on that. There are lots of confident plus size females out there. Yeah, they just didn't pick those females. They picked the ones that were like, I wish I was thin. Yeah, I agree with you. Who said that again? Jess. Let's give Jess some confetti for that. Jeez Louise. I agree. I think that they just pick those people because that's where the drama probably comes in at. Let's see. Mel says, interesting, JC. Joe, you would not think my husband and I match, but we are both INTJ, Myers-Briggs, but he's the more of a turtle. Oh, excuse me, about life, and you're the hare. He's laid back, and I can be a bit intense. Okay, I think the yin and the yang works. I always, most couples that have that yin and yang, not everybody, there's never an all, but most couples that have that yin and yang, it just works out fine. Like the opposites truly do seem to attract. I'm old, but always open to a soulmate. Okay, okay. Yes, Joe, personality shines through and makes you attractive. I agree with that. I don't think so. I would get to the point that I'm able to even get to your personality. I would have to get to the point that I'm able to even get to your personality. Nicole is no nonsense. Okay, here's another question. Well, with that, we just kind of answered ourselves. I was going to say, do you think plus size women are unfairly stereotyped in the dating world? And I think so. I was going to say, we're stereotyped as not being confident, maybe having that lazy factor go on. And it just goes to show those are the people that they kind of cast on these dating shows. Like, I'm sure they casted women who weren't confident, which, most men aren't going to be attracted to that. Most men are going to tell you they want somebody that's confident. Even if he's not, he wants a confident woman. I have to give it a chance if our values align. Okay, very good. I love that. All right, what about this? If you were a casting director, what kind of woman would you add to the show right now? Like if it's on King's Court, we got a Wild Card 6 or The Bachelor. What type of women are you going to add, or men, to those shows? Because there is a such thing as a bachelorette. What would you add? Would you add different sizes and shapes? Would you add different ethnicities? What would you do? I would have to say I would add overweight. I would do it all. I would add, now I don't know. I think I would add overweight, curvy, obese. I would add obese. Yeah, I would add it all. And I would just like say, toss up where they may. And I think that, I guess it's smart to ask the guys what their preference is, because if the goal is for this to be a forever thing, but if you're just doing it for the show and just to see what the guy would choose, I would love to see a guy not really know that there were going to be like several plus size women and see how he does with that. But I think Nicole is right. I think you're going to look like a jerk if you mistreat these women. So that's probably why they don't do that. Linda says, anyone watch MILF? It's shocking to me. I watched 3 episodes and nope, way too weird. No, isn't that MILF is where the older somebody is dating a younger somebody? I've never heard of that show either. Wow, I never saw that, Miss Linda. Me either. MILF. I would add personality, someone real that says what they think. Okay, all right. So like you, Mel, we're adding you to the show. Not you watching MILF, man. Miss Linda is on it. I think the issue with these shows is they get too many choices. Our brains tend to rely on the familiar, so they never really give someone different a chance. Yes, I agree. I agree with that. I'd add a woman with green hair who's 6'3" with confidence just to see what happens. The green hair. Yes, a tall woman too. I think men like a tall woman. I don't care how, they like a tall woman. No, I would add who the bachelorette or the bachelor was looking for. I wouldn't make a mockery of people who they don't want. Yes, yes, yes. So I agree with you. I think finding somebody to add to it that they agree with, but I would like to see, I'm gonna say, I would like to see the other option thrown in there too, where you're just picking, they just to see what they do. Now, so Nicole, I'm guessing, and haven't watched The Bachelor, but a lot of the Bachelor episodes I saw, it was kind of decent guys. Now, this has been years. I haven't watched it. So I would think if you got a decent guy, he's going to treat a woman decently. Because, if I got on a show, I consider myself a decent person. If I got on a show and didn't like a guy, I'm not going to mistreat him because he looks a certain way. So I guess I'm thinking of that. I'm thinking if you select somebody, they should be treating people nicely no matter what. So I guess it depends on who you cast to be the lead person. Because I guess that probably thought wasn't coming to my mind. Because I'm thinking you're going out of your way to select somebody that's not only looking for love, but a nice human to be interacting with folks. But nowadays, who knows? I don't know. Are these bachelors going off on the women? Are they calling them names? Are these bachelors not that way? I don't know. These three guys, they, on the King's Court show, I think because they're used to being in showbiz, they're only going to mistreat you. They're not going to talk about your weight and looks. Even if they thought it, I don't think they'd say it because I just think they've been media trained. But I don't know. You get an average Joe on there, you never know what he may do. Add a fiery Latina. Okay, I love that. I love that. Are any of those ladies on the show Latina now? Do we know that, Mel? I don't know. I just know Mel watches it. JC, do we know that? Because I think you've been saying you watch it. I don't know. Hey, Nora. I love that name, Nora. I have a student named Nora this year. All right, very cool. All right, so Nora, are you watching that show, King's Court? Now we know why now we know why More to Love got canceled. No one knew it existed. Yeah, I never knew it existed either. I'm like, but that was 2009, so that was a long time ago. I'm waiting for some GOP1 influencers to start dating. I'm sure there will be an app for that. Yes, make that GOP1 connection. I might get on that app. Who knows? Cookie, they did that on King's Court. Spicy Latina. She was the one from Miami, very sweet, but she was ready to leave. She didn't like the way the men were moving. Yes, she was a spicy Latina. I couldn't remember. Now that you say that, it's bringing things back. And she says, no, I just like your life. Okay, thank you, Nora. Well, thank you for coming. And you could join in, even though you haven't watched it. Some of these people on here haven't watched it either. You said, I don't blame her, Mel. Yeah, I don't either. Okay, so let's see. So would you guys watch a live that's exclusively for plus size people? Because that's one of the things too. They were saying folks aren't watching. Would you watch if it was a Ready to Love? For plus size folks, would you watch? She says, I love how you say, geez, Louise. I love that. Thank you. Geez, Louise. That wasn't a real geez, Louise. It'll be coming because I have a feeling. They need to market these shows better because if no one heard of More to Love, then it's unfair to cancel. Or maybe that's part of the agenda. Oh, you said a word there. You're like, yes, they wanted that show to be off. That's not cool. I hope that's not true. If I question people on these shows, I question if these people are really looking for love or looking to get their foot in the door of the show business, Hollywood fame. Probably some of that too. I believe nowadays that's what it is. I don't think it started out being that way as much. Bellflower says yes, because getting cast it may feel like you have, oh, I could put it up here. Have a fair chance. So by casting someone that is not their preference, they really don't have a fair chance, wasting their time. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true too. But I think it would spice it up. I think they kind of do that already. They plant some people in there that they know is not going to be a match for you. Because, we were on King's Court, they had this episode where they had brought in wild cards, and these wild cards matched up perfectly. Supposedly they were those guys' perfect match. So if you're doing that for certain wild card girls, why aren't you doing that for everybody on the cast, matching them up and making sure they're a good fit? Why would you only do that for a small amount of girls? So that's why I just think it's a lot more that goes into these shows. So they're already doing some of that anyway. Why not do it all? Go for the gusto. All right, so you would watch. Okay, you guys would watch. Okay, very good. I would watch. I would watch too, especially now with this whole well, I was gonna say, geez. Now with this whole GOP1, I think that, yeah, I think a lot of folks would be watching. What if they had like I have to give them some ideas of what they could do. Oh, thank you, Joe. She says, Downsizing Divas lives are such a good time. The Biggest Loser did well for years. It did. But they weren't dating. They were just trying to lose that weight. That is a good point. Anissa says, I think we should just be included with everyone else because it's more like real life, but I would never want to be the outlier that they knew would never be considered. Yes, yes, yes. That's so true. That's so true. I'm not going to watch any dating show no matter what the contestants, just not something that, but I thought you were watching The Farmer Gets the Girl. What's it called? The Farmer Gets the Wife? Isn't that a dating show or no? I don't know. I'm confused. I like the idea of GOP1 influences. Imagine the dinner dates. They be watching, they be wanting to, the kid meals to keep up appearances. I love that. All right, so let's play a little bit of a game. You know, we got to end this with a game. And you guys let me know. What do you think? Now, this might be kind of difficult because we didn't talk about this. So just go with what your first mind tells you. All right, so this is called Reality Check, the King's Court Edition. So this is question number 1. You're going to put A, B, C, or D into the chat, or you could put the number if you can't remember A, B, C, D. You could put the number. Oh, you were just singing the Farmer song. You never heard of the show either. Okay, good, because I've never heard of that. It's not good, but I've never heard of that show. Now I'm curious. All right, so question 1 is, what percentage of reality dating show contestants are considered plus size? Okay, this will be a hard question. What, maybe not though. What percentage of reality dating show contestants are considered plus size? Is it A, 15%, B, 10%, C, 3%, D, 25%? And you got to come closest to the correct percentage. You know, because so one of those are not totally exact, but it fits the bill. So 15%, 10%, 3%, or 25%. This is interesting. Game time. Darium is just in time for game time. So you guys are saying C. You guys are saying 3%. Hey, Darium, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Darium says, good evening, DD and reality show enthusiasts. And I don't know what is it, aficionados, haters, and novices. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you crack me up. All right, Darium's he's coming in. I watched the challenge, and many of the contestants there have a fabulous physique, but it's not a teeny bod. Okay, all right, very good. And Bellflower's coming in hot with the C. Okay, Jess says A. Linda says C. Anissa says C. Okay, okay, Jess is coming in with the A. Now I'm gonna tell you, I wish Mindy's coming in hot. Where's that Mindy with the B? Okay. Nora's coming in hot with the C. Okay, so it is C, and the reason it is C is because it is studies show that most casts are of the plus size women and men are under 5%. So 5% or less is plus size. Isn't that disappointing? Out of 100, less than 5% are plus size. We got to do better. We got to do better. We got to do better. All right, so it was C. It's that 3% guess was the correct answer. Geez, Louise. All right, question 2. Which show is most known for including plus size contestants in recent years? Now, you guys probably just go with what sounds good, because I don't know if you've ever heard of any of these shows, but maybe you have, because you guys know more than I do. A, Love is Blind. B, The Bachelor. C, The Ultimatum. I don't even know what that is, but that sounds like interesting. Or D, The Big Girls Club. Which show is known for including plus size contestant in here in recent years? Is it A, Love is Blind, B, The Bachelor, C, The Ultimatum, or D, The Big Girls Club? What do you guys think? Ooh, geez, Louise. I knew it. Only 3%. Yeah, it's just 3%. Miss the Brenda's laughing. 600-pound life and 1,000-pound roommates. Jeez Louise. D, you guys are saying D. D, we got some D's. Z says A. Jess says D. D, D. D, D. D, D. D, D, D. E, the Dr. Now show. D, the Big Girls Club. Okay, we got some more D. Paul coming in hot with the D. I'm totally guessing to play the game. Okay, yeah, just guess. Take a guess. Darium is something else. All right, it was Nicole is coming in hot with the A. Love is Blind, but it was D, the Big Girls Club. Now I've never heard of this show, but it says that show was centered, I guess, around plus size contestants. I don't know what year that was, but it was a thing. Yeah, I know. It's pretty obvious it's the Big Girls Club. But I remember the Bad Girls Club. Who watched the Bad Girls Club? That used to be a guilty pleasure of mine before they got outrageous with it. All right, question 3. Good job so far, you guys. Good job. What phrase is often used to exclude plus size women from casting? Oh, this is interesting. Okay, what phrase do you think is used to exclude plus size women from casting? I'm getting upset already, and I haven't even read it yet. A, we want natural beauty. B, you're not the right fit. C, we already cast a curvy girl. Or D, try next season. Okay, I have to blow my nose. I'm going to go get some tissue. So I'm going to read those one more time. Put your answers in the chat. What phrase is often used to exclude plus size women from casting? A, we want a natural beauty. B, you're not the right fit. C, we already cast a curvy girl. Or D, try next season. I would say boy bye or girl bye. I'll be right back. Okay, what are you guys saying? Okay, let's see. I don't know where I left off. Okay. Okay, so yeah, you were saying it's in the name. Yeah, that was it was supposed to be a giveaway, but maybe not. Darium and Paul coming in out of the bushes. Oh, my giggle is kind of infectious, huh? It's so funny. I do crack myself up. I love that about myself, that I make my own self laugh. I ain't getting no sleep because y'all ain't getting no sleep because me. The baker. Oh, Tanisha. Wasn't that Tanisha when she was banging the pots? You know, Tanisha was a big girl when she was on Big Girls Club, not Bad Girls Club. I said Big Girls Club, Bad Girls Club, and she didn't slim down. She went on a liquid diet. She probably taking GLP-1s now. I might have to find research, look her up on Instagram. But I remember that. I remember she did the pots and pans. Well, she used to say something too. You guys know? Have you heard people saying, "I'm gonna pop off, like go off, but pop off"? She started saying that, popping off. Like she was one of the first people that used to say that. This girl named Tanisha. Darian, what are you doing watching? You're watching the Ratchet, like Downsizing Diva. That show turned so ratchet, I had to give it up. And, you know, I can't risk my daughter seeing it. I don't think I watched it it's been since I was a mom. So like 10 plus years probably. All right. So Darian got me off on this tangent, but you guys are right. So if you ever hear this, you know, it's going to be a disappointment, huh? It says, it's B, you're not the right fit. So what does that mean though? Because if somebody say I'm not the right fit, I'm going to say, can you elaborate on that? I wonder if they would ever get to the nitty gritty of it's your curves. Maybe they might say you're not the right body type. I would make them pinpoint it and say like, oh, what do you mean by that? I would make them pinpoint everything. All right, great job. A lot of you got the B. A lot of you got the B. Oh man. Oh geez. I literally wrote "you're not the right fit" before you gave it as an answer. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, everybody got this B, B, B. Oh, Sin said D. Sin said try next season. It would that might be nicer. But I think you want some feedback that you could do something with, like to improve. I guess I was gonna say to improve or get to the fit they want, right? Because improving for some people may not be that they want to even lose weight, right? It might not be what they want to do. All right, so it was in fact B. You're not the right fit. She had the pots and pans banging in the middle of the night. I know, and you know what? Her and I would have went at it because who wants to be, get woken up to pots and pans banging together, but no food is cooking. Just got a loud lady screaming at the top of her lungs. Geez, Louise, we already have one of those. That would be messed up to tell a overweight girl she's not the fit. Yeah, and I'm sure they hear it all the time. A lot of these celebrities talk about how they've been told that, like that they were too big. I don't think they're as gentle with it as they can be. Now, maybe nowadays, now that we have the Me Too movement and all kind of stuff going around, people may be, a little bit more conscious of what they're saying and how they're saying it. But yeah, I think they would say it. People with more weight on them have been treated disrespectfully for so many years without even anyone even considering that they were being unkind. Yeah, so true. And do you guys feel a difference? So, Joe, let me ask you, and then because I just know you've lost 70 pounds, and I want to say seven, you're close to eight. Has it been 80 pounds? You might be 80 pounds in 7 months. But all of us that have lost weight on here, have you noticed people treating you different? And has it been better since you lost weight? So, not just a difference. I want to know, is it different and better? Or if it's different and worse? Just notice the Louis background and Louis Vuitton. Is that what that is? Darian, let me put you on the big screen. Darian. Yeah, Darian. Darian's like, I'm not playing with y'all. That is so funny. I'm like, who is Louis? What are you talking about, Louis? That is too funny. Jeez, Louise. Okay, okay, okay. All right. Remember to like the live. Thank you for reminding us of that. Okay, okay. Anissa, thank you. And those type of remarks help feed some eating disorders. Yes, I'm pretty sure they did. You're right. How many of us can handle the truth? You can't handle the truth. I think a lot of people I think a lot of people can't handle the truth, but what are you going to do? I take action if I'm big and they said I'm not the right fit. Size 4 Vanna White ruined it for the chubby girl. But they do have a right to say who they want to host their show or whatever. It's like, how can you tell them that they can't choose you? But I mean, I do think it's unfair. Didi said, yeah, shaking those pots with no food in them. I would be so annoyed. Like, do not disturb my peace for no food. Jeez, Louie. How many of us can handle rejection? That's a great question. How many of us have been rejected? Have you ever been, Darium? So you tell us, have you shot your shot and got turned down? Anybody in here got turned down? I don't approach men, so I don't have to worry about that. I remember. But all these women that said they were approaching men, have you ever been rejected? That's a Darium question. I mean, I don't. You can't handle the truth. Yes, I love that scene in that movie too. You can't handle that truth. Oh, Jack, that's right. Most casting directors are busters. Yeah, you would know, right? They are busters. What do you mean by busters too? Some people might not know what that means. Cousin Paul, what is Polly Paul? I'm gonna call you Brother Paul. Brother Paul. What do you mean by busted? Geez, Louis Vuitton. Darium is not playing with y'all at all. Right, Joe? It's like you're not a person. Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's disappointing. So Miss Linda said there is no difference in treatment towards her. I love that. I love that. He's all fancy. He is, isn't he? I lost 100 years ago. People were nicer after. Oh, you mean you lost 100 pounds? Oh my gosh. She said she lost. People were nicer afterwards. My ex would stock fridge with bakery items. Good reason. Oh, so he's an ex. Okay. So you're saying this happened after you lost the 100 pounds. People were nicer. Your ex would stock the fridge with bakery items. What in the world? Good reason he's an ex. Goodbye. Bye bye. Oh my goodness. Different and better, but I attribute that to how I carry myself now too. See, I think it has a little bit of both to do with both. I really do. I'm going to tell this story. I was talking to a girl, and we're friends. I would say we're friends, but we don't talk all the time. We went to high school together. Actually, she was around my brother's age more so, but so a couple years older than me. And I was talking to her, and she was telling me she had a gastric sleeve, and she was 400 plus pounds. I never knew she was 400 plus pounds. And she was saying that, we were just having a whole conversation. She was saying how it's worked. It sounded like somebody who was on a GLP-1, but she's not. She's had the surgery. And I want to say she's 7 months in, or 7 months in. And so her goal, she's off. Maybe it's been a year. It's been a year. It's been a year, like 3 weeks ago. And she said that her goal is by the spring, she wants to be down in Wonderland. Like, so she said, I don't care if I'm 199.9. But one of the things, I'm talking to her, I'm feeling like a coach, right? And she doesn't know. She just know I lost weight. She doesn't really know how or why or whatever. But she was, I'm just encouraging her and all that. And she was saying how, I said, do guys act differently towards you? Like, because and she says, no. She says, I think guys always have been curious about being with a plus size woman. And she says, so she's really never had it, but she has always been confident. But she doesn't realize it, but just me talking to her, she's more confident than she was when she was 400 plus pounds, or however big I thought, because I didn't think she had made 400. She was way over 400. She doesn't realize she is more confident. She thinks she's the same old herself. And I noticed a change, and I said, it's okay if you've changed. You should be proud of yourself. You should be confident. She says she hasn't changed, but I could hear the change in her, because I've talked to her before when she was, and I don't necessarily know how to pinpoint it, but I just know she was down and out. She was depressed. She was on a walker. She always had like a sense of humor where she talked about these different guys, but you could tell she just has like this swag about her now that's a little different. And she actually, she's like 70 pounds away from Wonderland. So, but for her, coming from 400 plus pounds, is like, she's a whole new body for her. So I said all that to say, Mindy, I like that you say that, because I think a lot of times people don't realize your swag changes, your confidence changes. Now, I'm not saying you change as a whole different person, but who wouldn't change after losing all that weight? And I think we always say we didn't change because it's like we don't want people to say we changed for the worse. Now, people change toward us too. I don't think it's a one-way street, but I do think that people change and they don't realize it. You are more confident. You might smile more. You might be more friendly. You're not feeling as bad. Like, aren't you not feeling as bad as you were when you were 100 and 200 and 300 pounds overweight? You can't tell me there's no difference there. So anyway, I said all that to say that. So if people say, when I get down to my 149, let's just say 150, but if that's still going to put me overweight, I'm 149. So when I get down to my weight and people say I've changed, I'm going to say, thank you. I'm not going to be, now I want to still be the nice, sweet person that I am, but I'm not going to be saying I didn't change, because I want to change. I want to be even more confident. I want to have even more swag if that's possible. I want to have, I want to be even more fabulous. Like, what is wrong with that? Not to the degree where I'm like, like my head is so big I can't fit my clothes over it. And I don't want to be, braggadocious or anything like that. But I don't see anything wrong with a positive change. And so, Mindy, I'm going to give you some confetti for that, because I love that you own that, because a lot of people don't want to own it and say, I didn't change. I'm the same. I didn't same. I don't think you realize the change doesn't have to be what you think it is. So I'm sure people who interact with you notice a change. Sometimes I've met people who are a little bit arrogant, and that kind of thing is noticeable in the negative way. But for the most part, people just got that swag and that confidence. Look at our guy, Rahman Zetbaum. I mean, when I see you on Instagram and seeing you in your clothes and styling and profiling, like you probably didn't have that swag to that degree when you were a bigger person. So that is a change. Now, I'm not saying it's anything wrong with it. I just think that it's sometimes a swag, and isn't there a song? I walked up into something, I got my swag on, and I said something, something, something. What's up? And that's Soldier Boy. I don't know the words. Soldier Boy is not in my generation, but I know he talks about a song with swag, something about I got my swag on. I think having swag is a good thing. All right, I got off on a tangent, but okay. I'm getting some lovely comments on my recent Instagram photos, and no, my 600-pound life contestants have blocked me recently. Have they blocked you, or is that a joke? Geez, Louise, it depends on where you live and work as the culture around being big people. Yeah, so another thing too is when you're African American, curves and being bigger is more accepted. I really believe that. I have a lot of friends that aren't, that are Caucasian. I have a lot, not a lot. I have a couple friends that are, from the Latin culture, and I'm telling you, Latin also, they love the curves too. But I'm telling you, my body type, that's going to be more, conducive to what the African American culture is used to. Like I say, if you have TNA and you got a flat stomach, you're in there. You are in there. So you could be a size 14, 16 and still be in there. Now maybe at 18, but if you got a flat stomach, they'll take that too. That's what we would call curves, in our community. And it didn't really matter if you were unhealthy or not. I think that's changing. I do see the shift in that. But I know a lot of my friends that are not African American, for them, anything over a size 10 is, they're like, no, we're not trying to get that big. It's almost like it's taboo. And yeah, so, and I don't know, it's always been like that. I don't think this is any shock or surprise, or if it is, welcome to the shock and surprise of it all. But I just think that it's a difference. So culturally, and I think actually that has gotten us in trouble, right? Because some of us, when you're a size 14, 16, you're walking around, you're thinking you're the best thing since sliced bread. And according to, every other standard, you're fat and overweight and, obese and chunky, or whatever word you want to call it. And so, and I just think that these GLP-1s are going to change that tune. They're really going to change that tune for us all. And, it's funny because when I'm at work, I'm one of the one of the more shapelier women, and I'm a bigger woman, like compared to some of the other ladies. But so sometimes I walk by and I think, like, what are they thinking about my butt? Because my butt just sits out. It sits out. And I sometimes wonder, like, what do they think? What do they think? Like, this girl needs to lose that behind. And so, but it's just so funny because I'm so used to it. I've been working there for 32 years. So it just doesn't bother me. It is what it is. But when I've been smaller, I've always had been shapely, had a bigger bottom and boobies. And so I've always had the TNA, like I say. But if I had a slim stomach with it, it was on and popping. When that stomach gets to where it is, well, it was even bigger. But when my stomach started to get bigger, that's just when it just kind of went downhill. So yeah, so it's just interesting. So I don't know what are these different cultures like to be in the culture, because that's one thing I will say. Black folks, we're gonna eat, and we're gonna eat good. And if you're not eating, they're getting after you. I don't care how big you are. If you don't eat, they're not saying, you don't need to eat. Just eat a little something. They go from telling you you're so big to you got to eat a little something. So it's tough. It's tough in the Black community. It really is with this weight. But again, I think we're changing, and that's not all, because I don't know all Black folks, but I'm just telling you my experience with the ones I know. I would say African American to be politically correct, but I just say Black folks. But I could be politically correct and say the African American too, so nobody will get offended by that. I have been turned down a bunch of times. I've been okay. This is back to the rejection of it all. Okay, wait a minute. So some of you guys are telling me your rejection stories. I gotta hear this. Um. Okay. 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 Wait. Okay. He said bust. She said bust. Busta, what it is right now. Busta, remember that song by Busta Rhymes? As to how you get treated. Okay, so yeah, okay. I was always being turned down. Rejection was my middle name. Well, that's okay because you're taking that rejection back, Joe. Don't take the rejection, Joe. So wait, Joe, wait, whoa. Are you going up to guys? I told you don't do that. Don't go up to the men. Let the men come to you. You are honey. Are you a bee? Bee, you're a bee. You bees attract honey. I'm trying to get rid of that coach. You be the bee, not be to be mistaken with Felicia Marie B, but you be the bee, and you let them come to you. You don't go out. That's why I don't chase down a guy. That's why I don't approach a guy. I haven't been rejected ever, ever. Should I start? No. I have been turned down a bunch of times. I have been friend zoned more times than I can imagine. I have been told I'm Delulu. Oh, Darium, don't give up. Don't give up. Jeez, Louise, you've been turned down. Okay, so I think, isn't that like I say like a male. I just think a male is just gonna have to like have that tough skin because the man, you're the king, you're the leader. The leader has to sometimes take the hit, is what I say. Protect, protect, protect. You're the king. Oh, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? I know, Joe. That's okay. We're going to turn that frown upside down. She's not going to be. These guys are going to be coming after her, and so she's not going to. She's going to be doing the rejecting. Absolutely, I handle rejection with food, and that's why I'm on the GLP-1. Jeez, Louise. Oh my goodness. And I guess this could be rejection from anybody. I'm focused in on the relationships of it all. Oh, Darium, she's sorry. Look at Mel. Some people don't realize these shows are staged. Casting directors, producers, editors, writers, shady camera people, and lies, lies, lies. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, you've been treated way nicer. All right. Oh, and a lot of us are experiencing that. I haven't been shot down in 32 years. Cha-ching, we're gonna give you some confetti. That's why I got to give me a husband so I can say, I haven't been shot down in 32 years. I love it. I love it. We had to give you some confetti on that one. I got rejected, but because he said I was a player from the Himalaya, I felt no kind of way about it, but I was being a player. Jeez Louise, I love that. You said I was being a player. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. That is so funny. Jeez Louise. I can see you now being a player. And wait, Darius said, don't cry for me, Argentina. Cookie said, I'm a rejector, not a rejectee, unless I reverse psychology to get rid. You guys have me tickled over here. Jeez, Louis. Oh my goodness. Charles is like, oh yeah, he has not been shut down. He says that's the advantage of being married. It's rough out here. Yes, it is for sure. I agree. That's why I say I gotta get me a husband. Yeah, I gave him some confetti. 32 years. That's a long time. I love that. All right. When I lived in New York City, when I lived in New York, I was in the city. I was bullied, spit at, all kinds of horror because I was overweight. When I moved to a small town, Florida, nobody even flinches at people that are larger sizes. Okay, wait a minute. Geez, Louise, for the most part, professional at the workplace is different. Then people get hired before overweight people. Yeah, they say research proves that too. That's just not your opinion. Jeez, Louise. Well, I'm so sorry about that. But that's all right, because you're probably can tell them now how you like me now. Oh my goodness, that's okay. That is okay. Jeez, Louise. All right, I didn't start seriously dating until after I lost weight on Weight Watchers. I didn't do a lot of or dating in college or high school. Other reasons than weight. I reached out to my husband first. I remember, yeah, you said you met him online. Okay, wait, let me find. Did you continue? Um, let's see. Did she continue her thought? I don't know. For the most part, professional at work is different. Then, okay, I read that. Nora says, and you are probably doing more activities, and that helps you meet more people. True. That's true, too. That's another good point, which is a change, right, Nora? Nora, that's a change. That's what I'm saying. I've heard that you find out the true person when they're down, but when they're successful. Does your true personality come out when you're in a smaller body, when you have more money, when you have more dates, when you have more Skittles? Well, that is true. That's a good way to look at it. Kind of like not looking at you're looking at it from a different angle. I love that. Okay, Darian. That's terrible. New York is rough for me. Okay, it's too rough for me. It is. Jeez Louise. Darium, less Skittles. I agree, Dee Dee. I guess I got my swag on there. You got your swag on. Isn't there a dance? I got my swag on. Something, 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 something. What's up? I gotta Google that song. I can't play it though. They'll be like dinging my channel for playing that song. Oh my goodness, Indian on a GLP-1. I just joined in. How's your day going? It is going great. It's even better now since you guys have me on here cracking up with these comments. Downsizing Diva, I got blocked by one of the men from my 600. You did? What did you say? What? He asked you to join him in the shower? Joe, what? What? Jeez Louise. What? Wait, he asked you to join him in the shower, so I updated my photo and he blocked me. Wait, hold up. Wait a minute. Okay, so wait. How are you gonna join him in the shower? Jeez, Louise. Oh my goodness. Where did you find him at? On Instagram? You found him on Instagram, Joe. Jeez, Louise, this is I gotta know. Oh my goodness. Okay, you agree. Okay, good. You could do side bends and sit-ups, but please don't lose that. Doing the butt, sexy, sexy. Remember that song, Doing the Butt from what was that, School Days? I love that. All right, people are saying hello. Um, Lovely to see you. What time is it where you are? It's 3:11 in the morning in the UK. Jeez Louise. Is it 11 over here? No, it's 1:49 here. All right, so Joe, I'm gonna have to send you that link because I'm not sure. So at 2 p.m., Joe, what time is it in the UK? I'm too my brain is too rattled here to do the math. What time is it in the UK right now? I mean at 2 p.m. because that's what time the class starts. So I just want to know if I should send you I probably should send you the link and everything like soon as I hang up from here because I'll be doing it at the last minute. I just want you to plan for it so you can be there. I think I said 4, but it's actually 2, Joe. So what time is 2 p.m. tomorrow in the UK? But I'm going to send you that link after I get off this live. And I'm going to get off in 10. We had 10 minutes. It'd be 2 hours, 10 minutes. I can't believe it's been 2 hours. Jeez Louise. Okay. I still have some questions, but you guys are so funny. Jeez Louise. I had me tickled. Okay. Okay, wait. Round Mound is dropping some gems up in here. Wait, let me scroll down. Uh, go ahead, go ahead. Oh, you guys, I know that how you pronounce it, Derulo. I know that. He fell off though. Where has he been? So when are we going back to Italy? Okay, yeah, that's the only place left on my bucket list is Italy. Let's see. So wait, I skipped down a lot. We got the Beyonce quote from Mel. Wait, okay, wait. Okay, the 600-pound guy life, that took me out. Lovely to see you. Okay, it's taboo. Ooh, it is taboo. What's taboo? Beyonce, I pop out of the bed and put my swag on. I look in the mirror and say, what's up, what's up, what's up? That's not Beyonce. She got that from Soulja Boy. She got that from him. How about that? Yes, can you believe that? But yeah, that's not originally Beyonce. Oh, it's 7:41. Okay, 7:41 in India. Okay, wow. Love that. Okay. Let's see. All right. People are saying hello, round mouth. I see you, Mayor Mindy. When I went to Italy in 2012 at a size 14-16, I attracted attention, but Italian men are built different. I bet. But even though they're eating a lot of pasta and all that, they're still not don't have the overweight problem we have here. So you're up at a reasonable hour. Okay, yeah. So you caught the live at a reasonable time. We love that. So when are you going back to Italy? I read that. Okay, wait, I'm trying to get to some of these. You slept in yesterday. Wait a minute. So I'm here for the community love. Yes, well, we're giving you the community love. I don't really care anymore when I was younger what people think about my weight. Okay, like we did when you were younger. I'm going to be 54. Yes, 54. I'm married and I feel loved by my husband and my circle is small. Oh, absolutely. All right, all right. Well, let's give you some confetti because you're taking control back. You probably are also bringing sexy back. Da-na-na-na-na-na. You're bringing sexy back. Love it. Darian is cracking you up. Charles, my friends tease me because black guys are my preference, but I'm married to an Asian guy. I tell them I wanted chocolate, but you settle for caramel. I love that. Mindy. That's why you're the mayor. Mayor Mindy. Is dating out of your race taboo anymore? Isn't that just like normal? Is that considered taboo? I don't know. Is it? I don't know. Okay. Ain't nobody coming to your house to find you. If you are sitting on YouTube and you want a man to find you, you're going to be. Darius said, get out there and mingle, ladies. What are you waiting? Nobody's coming to find you on YouTube. Jeez Louise, not even if you're live 3 times a week. We gotta meet you guys are, we gotta meet some guys at the Downsizing Diva meetup. That's a year. The mayor has spoken. Yes, Mayor Mindy is not playing with you guys. Men be scared to approach. Oh my goodness. They see women. Okay, they see half the women on social media saying, don't talk to women in public. They are Round Mound of Zepbound, aka Charles, aka Mr. Zepbound. What are you saying? Men are scared to approach. They see half the women. What are these women on social media saying? Don't talk to women in public. Is this happening on TikTok? Where is this happening? Jeez Louise, like, who is saying this? Jeez Louise. Oh my goodness. Are these like millennials? Who are these folks? I'm much more confident now that I'm morbidly obese. Oh, I'm much more confident now, even though I'm morbidly obese. But I think my confidence comes from my age, absolutely, and where I am in life. I've always been extremely self conscious most of my life. Before, okay, I think you're going to say before you would start taking a GLP-1, but let's see. Okay, so people are saying, hello, hello. Big brown girl, dating game is the same. It takes a man to love them curves. Let's give you some confetti. Yes, yes, yes. We love it. Yeah, it takes a man. Yes, that's a man. That's a man's job, isn't it? Or a woman's job, however you look at it. It is. Okay. You say, oh, hitting in my mid to late 40s. Oh, so you're in your mid, oh, when you were in your mid to late 40s. Okay. All right, very good. He says the internet ain't a real place. The internet. I haven't been shot down in 32 minutes. Oh, you didn't shoot your shot though yet. So wait, what did Bellflower say? Did I miss her comment? Or you might be talking about something she said a bit way back because she is hilarious. Um, let's see. That's where I was going wrong. I was fishing in the wrong pool. Yes, yes, yes. So Joe, that's so funny. So you went to the 600-pound life guy's page. And he said, this cracks me up. He's talking about getting in the shower. Jeez, Louise. I mean, oh my goodness, this is just so funny to me. He said you got called out. Oh my goodness. Jedi mind tricks to Gary. My goodness gracious, you guys are hilarious. Hilarious. Charles is dropping. Joe had me at the giggles with that. Can you meet me in the shower? Like, who says that to somebody you just meet online? Jeez Louise, he's like, let's not, no dinner, no movies, no candles, no walks in the park. Let's get in the shower. Jeez Louise, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for this dating world if that's what it's going to be. Cookie out here saying you don't want me. I'm too broken. She said something. I gotta take a break. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh guys, this was such a good laugh. You guys are so funny. It's not you, it's me. Oh my goodness. Oh geez, Louise. Oh, whatever works. She said, "Breathe, be married." She like, let me clear that up right now. Jeez, Louise, you guys. All right, so you give me hope, Miss Brenda. You met your husband online too. All right, very good. Jeez, Louise, you guys. Oh gosh, I am just cracking up over here. Um, say what? I must be way behind in the comments. Say what? I live in you live in New York City. I have never experienced that. It's not that rough here. Sorry, gotta defend my city. All right, Nora. Nora said, "Oh no, y'all won't do that to my New York City." Okay, all right. It's not that. You absolutely must do things you enjoy to meet like-minded men. I'm finding it a winning strategy. Yes, yes, yes. I love that you even have a strategy, Mel. I think that is amazing. Let's give you some confetti for that. Mel with the strategy coming through, coming through. She's gonna help us single ladies out. All right, all right, all right. Joe, he wanted more fluffy. Yes, I mean that just cracked me up. I said, "What in the world?" I mean, I just never have heard of such a thing. Like, geez, oh man. Uh, 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 uh. I was the contestant who was living in his van. I was a contestant who was living in his van at Round Mountain Zip. I'm telling you, my rejection came. It's fire. What? You were the contestant who was living in his van? Oh, yeah, these typos happen on these when you're typing everything, and then that autocorrect is not my friend. You said that'll be 7. Oh, 7. Oh, okay, so that's a good. I'll go to bed soon and get up later. Okay, so that'll be 7 for you. Okay, I'm gonna send it after I get off this live. Jerem, your comment was held for by YouTube. Jeez Louise, for real? I think he may have not seen one. I used to watch it faithfully. I think I may have seen that one. Okay, all right. Jeez, Louise, honestly, I can't catch a break. You guys are so funny. I mean, Italian men fall in love every 5 seconds to whatever crosses their. Oh, really? Jeez, Louise, I need to get to Italy then. I requested release, so did Nicole, I think. Also, the comment that was held. Okay, I'm going to scroll down. Nothing wrong with caramel. No, I consider myself caramel. I didn't see that comment. Okay. I think it's normal now. Mayor Mindy, I wanted pizza, but I married rice and beans. My husband is Puerto Rican and I wanted an Italian. Well, I think God gave you what you needed to have. How about that? I love that. Very good. All right, all right. They are still backward thinking individuals in my state for sure. Are they really, Mia? No, wait, what state is that again? Jeez Louise. What state is Mia from? um Jeez Louise, that's crazy. Now I should know that because I mailed something there. You guys, the comments today, I can't even too funny. Hercules, Hercules. No, I know I have a case of the giggles. When you have ladies on Kendra G looking like Miss Cleo saying I only want there to take care of me and my kids. 6 feet 7 figures, 6 or 7 figures. Oh my gosh. Jeez Louise. Does she still have that show, Miss Kendra? Jeez Louise. That show just is not for me. Mel, I wouldn't trade my husband for all the money in the world. He's such a love and so much fun, and I'm so very grateful. And how is he feeling? Because remember, he was not feeling very confident about your journey and thinking, you're slimming down. Is he feeling better about all that? Let's see. For me, it was, oh, you're so pretty. If only you had a smaller behind. Bootay. What? No, no, ma'am. We're not accepting that. No, sir. No, ma'am. Uh-uh. No, no, no. Isn't that it's funny though how some people say stuff that is I just think that's so rude to be saying to anybody. Do you know what I'm saying? What's up with that? Miss Deering, she said I saw that. Okay. Yeah, Dee Dee is tickled. Yeah, that you guys had me tickled. Jeez, Louise. I came in on Dee Dee cracking up. I love it. Oh, Taisha. This group has had me laughing my buns off. Am I burning calories by laughing? Is that true? I probably should stand up so I can. But I somehow did not find too much trouble dating here. Met my husband online and happily married for 5 years, and he loves all of me. So you're married to so we had 3 happily online married folks. I love that. That gives me hope. Jeez, Louise. Okay, so I think must be so behind in these comments. Taisha came on in. Taisha, she's sleeping. I've watched those videos where they tell men to keep walking because women don't want to be talked to. Really? I did not know that was a thing, Mia. They gave this one guy hell for just trying to strike up a conversation like a normal human. What in the what? Oh my goodness. Okay, okay. Jeez, Louise. Okay, Taisha coming in hot, saying, hey, I love that for you. Okay, very good. The funniest live stream ever. That's funny. Jeez, oh man, you guys are cracking me up. Taisha, sleepy too. I love all the food analogies. Seems appropriate for this GOP1 crowd. Yes, that dang Joe needs to write a book. I know. That took me out, Taisha. Joe talking about that 600-pound man, like telling her to come and take a shower, get in the shower, whatever it has to do with the shower. It's just that's good. I'm gonna be thinking about that, laughing my buns off. I'm gonna keep telling it in all the live chat. That is too funny. Look at Mel B, the queen of finding like-minded men to reject. Oh, Darium, you didn't hit her with the to reject. Mel B, your boy Darium is coming for you in this chat. What is up with that? Brenda says, I was born and raised in NYC. I was bullied and called every name in the book related to my weight. That was my experience. Oh, no. We got to hook you up with Nora. But you're not there anymore because Nora's going to help you out, protect you there. But, yeah, that sounds about... That sounds about right. Like something that could happen anywhere. You know, people bullying folks about being overweight. But I like how she defended her city, and you're coming back like, oh no, this really happened. Yeah, I think though that happens everywhere. I'm in Ohio, and like I say, being a teacher, I see it all the time. The bullying just about the weight, it's a real thing. But now they're using that term big back, and I can't stand it. New York is a big place, different people, different areas, different treatments. Yeah, so she probably is in a nicer area. I was responding to someone saying New York City was rough. Yeah. Um yes, I know. A lot of people have that childhood trauma too from being bullied. You know, it's like called names about your weight. It's like something you never forget. You never forget. So we just have to educate people on when these kids coming up to just call people by their names and keep it moving. Just their birth name. But as somebody who given nicknames, I give the sweet, loveliest little nicknames. I'm kidding. I'm proud of you for putting yourself out there. You're my inspiration. All right, all right. She said, thank you, Darium. Mia says, Indiana. That's right. That's right. How come I remember that? Oh, Mia, I can't remember some things I did yesterday. Mia, does your cat have on a hat? Like a velvet hat, too. Super cute. You have a lot to remember. Miss Cleo looking husband. Yes. Yes. How about that? Jeez, Louise. So yeah, Mia, you gotta go check out your little post. We put up a birthday post for you. Some people wrote on there. I don't know if you did or not, but yeah, you gotta go check out my community post. All right. So she says it could be rough in some areas, but also really a wonderful city as well. Yeah, I went to New York City. I visited New York City. There's a lot to see, a lot of history there. Um, yeah, I'm not saying that word. I say bootay instead. You you burn calories laughing, but sure to get some water. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm out of water. I got to fill this back up. It's my ice in here melting now. Um, oh, John Legend. All of me loves all of you. I love that. Darium and Mel, you guys are like the brother and sister tag team that fights all the time. But when it comes down to it, you got each other's back. Laughing is cardio. Okay, good, because I got some cardio in today. Girl, not burning. You know how like when you laugh, you feel your diaphragm moving. That's how I feel like. I can feel it deep in my soul. Dee Dee is happy for me that Dee Dee, your husband is happy for you that you're losing weight and doing things to take care of myself. I felt like maybe he was worried a little because I was changing my appearance and how I felt um that I might okay, let me go to your I'll try to find your other part. Question for the ladies in the chat. If you see a reality show and there is one lady living in a larger body, do you cheer for her or do you judge her more harshly? What about larger body men? I cheer for her. I cheer for her. I do. Because there was a couple ladies on that Ready to Love on the OWN network that I showed one of them. This is her, Darium. I don't know if you've ever watched that show. But she's a chunkier lady. And I was cheering for her. I really was. And she didn't make it really far, but she didn't get eliminated right away. It was a couple other ones too, I remember, but I couldn't find pictures of them to put on there. So yeah, I root for them. Hey, what are you guys saying? I despise big bag women are literally calling themselves big back or saying they are unbigging their back. Gross. Yeah, I don't like that either. I just wish people wouldn't say that because I just think we encourage, other kids and stuff to say it. Nope, nope, nope. Live in Washington Heights and work in the Bronx. Not known for nice areas. Okay. All right. So you live in Washington Heights and you work in the Bronx. The South Bronx, the South Bronx. All right. Yes, we do. Okay. Yeah. Want more? Okay. So this is the other part of it. Want more than what he can give as a thinner and in better health because he is now disabled and his health is declining. But I reassure him every day how much I love him and how I won the lottery of. Yeah, I remember you talking about this. That was so sweet. I was wondering how he's doing as you're continuing to slim down. Of course, I'm like the annoying little brother to Miss Mail to the B. I'm cheering them on. They're my tribe. Oh, I love that. Tomorrow on TV at 3 p.m., there's a concert from Venetian City. Oh, no, Vatican City. Trying to unite the world. Okay, all right, very good. I don't know about you, but I think we need to watch Pharrell and Hold Hands in Harmony. Oh, so Pharrell Williams is going to be on there, huh? I think so too. Yeah, I think it's just a lot of divisiveness going on and people trying to pit us against each other. And that's why I hope the GOP1 community, we kind of stick together, because you got all those outside forces. So I think we got to stick together. But just as a human race, we got to stick together. I always say we have more in common than we do different. We have so many things in common. And I always say, like, what if in the crayon box, everybody was one color? The crayons wouldn't be so fun to color with, right? So I think about our society in that same way. Like, I just love the diversity of life. I love the diversity of thought. People don't always have to agree with me either, because I think you also learn and stretch your thinking and your mind when people disagree. So I just love all of that. So, all right, well, you know what? I'm going to tune into that. I'm going to try to find that after my little class tomorrow, Mia. I think that's a cool thing. And I love Pharrell. He has a song actually called Joy. I don't know if you guys heard that song by Pharrell, but it's a great song. It's an uplifting song. And I bet you they're going to play that. It's a bop too. Like, you're going to be like bopping to it. So Mia, thanks for coming in and sharing that. Let's give Mia some confetti. Did I lose my spot? Wait a minute. I lost my spot. Wait a minute. Just wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, let's see. That was Brenda. Darium came through with the question. Okay, we're giving Mia some confetti. Throwing out the positivity. We love it. All right, so I got to get off this live, guys. Okay, I'm going to try to get through the rest of these comments. That core, it's tight. Probably now. All this laughing. You always cheer for the underdogs. I do too. That has got me in trouble. Why? How is the lady on the screen a chunkier lady? Yeah, she's considered plus size. Let's back it up. She is considered plus size, Darian. You don't think so? Beauty. She's a beauty. And I'm guarantee you she's a 12, 14. I don't guarantee you. Allegedly, in my estimation. I want to say she's a 12, 14. Yeah. So damn, you don't think she's plus size? We all thought everybody thought she was plus size in the chat. But Darium coming through with the I don't think so. All right, let's see. All right, are you guys answering Darium about this lady being plus size? Okay, so the changes and your need to adjust. Okay, I don't pay attention to their bodies more than I'm paying attention to their actions on the show. Okay, very good. I love that. But Lou, my husband, has always and continues to make me feel loved and cheered me on and tells me how proud I am and how happy he is for me. You know what? Let's give him some confetti because I just think that that is so cool that he is supportive. As you know, a lot of people don't have that supportive hubby story. So we love that. I don't throw my support her way because she or he is heavier, even on these reality shows. Some of them are messy, just like the rest of them. They really are, but I do find myself I always root for the underdog. I love this community, and we need to be good to one another, dating or just as friends. Yes, 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 Mia. I love that. And I hope you're going and spreading that word around to the GLP-1 community because I think we all need to hear that. I love that. And I feel like we do have some love in this community. We love each other. Darium says we have Strictly Come Dancing, and when Judy Love did the salsa, she brought the house down. Wait, we have and Judy Love did the salsa, she brought the house down. Oh my goodness. Okay, okay. I have no idea who any of those folks are. I'm so grateful for him, and I think he knows it. Okay, I think so too. I love that. You sending links to the class? Yeah, well, you should already have your links in when you signed up. You should have your link, but I did send a reminder out. Did you get it? You have to check your email. But Joe, I have to send her a special link. Hers is different. So yeah, she said that's so sweet. So that class starts at 2. You know, I'm going to be on there just trying to set things up a little bit early, but I'll let people in at 2. We'll get started at 2. When I let people on, I'm going to be ready to go. I agree, Brenda. I'm lucky that way too. My husband being my biggest cheerleader. I love that. Very good. She said, people are saying, congratulations, Brenda. Thank you, Darium. Oh, yes. Heavier does not equal underdog. Well, on these shows, they do. Like that Ready to Love show. I think so. Because you got all those. Unless a guy really liked a girl with curves. So it could not be true. But I always think of them as the underdog because they're like the only one. But that doesn't mean they're the underdog. And I have a feeling some of those girls have been thinking they were the underdog too, because they're the only one that's their size. But maybe not, Bellflower. You could be right. But I always think like, yeah, I feel like they're the underdog. They're not getting the same attention as some of those other ladies. They don't. In my experience, now it could be a show where I didn't see that they have, but they don't get the same attention. Thank you, Nicole. I forgot to respond to that. Thank you, Mia. You can make a community post about it. The concert, Jelly Roll, Jennifer Hudson, Pharrell. Okay, I knew nothing about this. Okay, and it's a concert at at Vatican City. Okay, very good. Jennifer Hudson's gonna be there, like Bocelli. I love that. Okay, all right, very good. All right, maybe I could post a YouTube video or something. I have to write this down. If I don't write stuff down, it won't happen. I'm getting in my age where I'm forgetting stuff if it's not written down. All right. All right. So anybody have anything else to say before we head out? We've been on here for 2 hours and 20 minutes. Friends, let's double up, tap the screen and the chat. We're 26 of us watching. Yes, we had people didn't tuned out. We've been on here for so long. Oh, they had it on Good Morning America. I'm glad you caught that, Mia. Mia, what did you do for your birthday? Did you do anything fun and exciting? You know, we talked about you on my Sunday live, and that's when people were telling me your anniversary was Sunday and your birthday was the 11th, but it was the reverse. So what did you do to celebrate your 144 plus pounds down? And what did you do to celebrate your birthday? Anything before I log off of here? Um, Thumbs up, thumbs up. Jeez Louise, people are gonna watch this replay and see me laughing like a crazy lady. You said you slept. That's good. That is good. I love it, Mia. Getting that rest. You're prepping for those other pounds you want to lose. You know, getting sleep, I think, is so underrated. We don't always talk about that a lot, but getting that sleep is what helps take that weight off too. It really does. So I love that for you. So you got some rest and relax. You got to give yourself a pamper day for yourself. And you could be celebrating the whole month of September. Don't feel rushed to do that. All right. Well, you guys, look at those guys. I had to put those guys on the screen. All right, here we go. All right. So thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for the conversation. Oh my goodness. Next week we're going to be talking about what's next Friday? Next Friday is the 19th, I think. Is it the 19th? Yeah, 7 days from now is the 19th. So next Friday we're going to be talking about style, like the clothing of it all, a little bit with styles and clothes. So yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. I might be doing a fashion show up in here. All right, so I will see you guys on Sunday. Have a great night and thank you for stopping in. Happy Friday, happy weekend. Okay, Mia says she had a piece of cake with her cats. I was happy and fine. Third shift. Oh, yeah, you're on third shift. Yes. Yeah, so you got to get that sleep in. Well, that's okay. You had a great time celebrating your birthday. We love that. Love it, love it, love it. All right, Mail to the B. We'll let her close us out saying thank you for the awesome live. Good night, everyone, and sleep tight, including Joe. And Mia, go check out your messages on that post, and I will see you guys on Sunday. Love you. Bye.